Hey. Whoa. Okay, we're back. We're in. We're live. Oh, this is a mother flippin' episode of Vegan Stephen Podcast. This is the parody of a podcast. This is fiction. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. All characters and events in the show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. Celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language. Due to its content, should not be viewed by OAPs. No, they're the only people that should be listening to it. If you're not
underground moles.
Underground moles. If you're not an underground mole or an old little pensioner, hang up the phone right now because you're underage.
It's like reminds me of The Simpsons when you think they all just go into the house. Do you know the starting credits? And they all go in and you think they all just typically just go and sit on the couch the first few episodes, and after that they decide to be creative, like falling through the couch or like someone getting raped or something like
Jesus.
that. Allegedly.
I was not expecting that one. That was a fucking sly one. Fucking hell. You snuck that one in. This is the Morning Espresso, everyone. The time is 19:23. This is first thing in the morning here.
And Happy New Year, wherever you are in the world, if you're already in next year, in the future. Oh
shit! Like the New Year's is like in different
time zones. So like Australia's had it already. Asia's had it, so I think.
Oh fuck! This is the 31st, and it's the 12th of the 2019, and the time once again is 17:24. This is your Morning Espresso. We will be doing another midnight show. This is not the midnight show. This is just getting your pussies dry.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting ready. It's getting Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty. We're currently live in all the places, all day, every day. Jeez, yeah. So listen, we're going to touch on some things. We're not sure what things we're going to talk about specifically, but here's some things we're going to... It's on the topic list, and whatever inspires us, we'll fucking chat about it. So here's some main topics. People giving up their New Year's resolutions after the first 30 days and stuff like that. That's one thing we might be talking about today. We'll find out. We're going to do a lucky dip, see what tickles our chatting bones. Another thing we might be talking about is Dr. Boogie and myself might have a competition to see who can blow the other person's mind the most using only like kind of weird facts.
Oh,
like,
you actually use Google or not?
Did you? Yeah, Anthony, what?
Okay.
This is all bets are off. Street fight, blow each other's minds, like fucking. You can do whatever you want, no holds barred.
I did a bet with my mum the other night. I was watching it.
€50 on the table.
I tell you what, I did a €5 bet, and basically we're watching a Clint Eastwood movie, and basically it's about a man on death row, and he was actually supposedly innocent of murder, but they hadn't discovered that yet. And
I love those shows.
Do you know
the name of it?
True Crime. I think it's like True Crime.
True Crime is that network that just has fucking loads of different fucking people killing each other every day.
I think, well, this one's a bit different, I think. I can't remember the name. It's True Crime something.
I sound like the definition of somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about.
It's like True Crime Clint. Just type in True Crime Clint Eastwood.
Okay, True. It's not True. Oh, is that the name of the film?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Clint. Not Clint Eastwood, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, not just say Clint, you'd be grand.
Eastwood.
Allegedly, I had nothing to do it.
Clint Eastwood, here we go. Getting it on the big whammy.
True Crime. There isn't more to the title.
True Crime, it's 86% on Google users now. What's up with that? Box office, 16.65 million. Budget, 55 million. Alright, we're doing alright. Rotten Tomatoes, 54%.
Yeah.
Dr. Boogie, how many boogies out of 10 would you give Dr. Boogie?
I'd say I'd give it a good 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 boogies, and the mother, how do you say your mother? Mrs. the Boogie.
Mrs. Boogie, as she...
Mrs. Boogie Senior? Mother Boogie. What would you think she would get? How many boogies do you think Mother Boogie would get out?
I'd say she'd give it probably similar as well. She'd say she'd give it 8 because she's upset by the whole quality of the whole...
Film quality? Not camera angles?
No, sorry, the whole subject behind the film, the death penalty.
Oh.
So the death penalty, that's something interesting to...
Steve Irvin, a journalist, is assigned to cover the case of Frank, convicted murderer. He later learns that Frank is innocent and has few hours to save him from conviction.
to save him from being put to death by the lethal injection. Now, have you seen it before? No.
No. Is Clint Eastwood? Is he the main lawyer kind of character, or is he the victim in the whole thing?
No, he's not actually. He's one of the investigators, I think, that's trying to stop him from being executed. Like finding out, he's one of the sheriff's people that they're trying to save him before he actually gets executed.
How do you feel about this new Wikipedia thing? Last chance, please don't scroll away. Hi, reader in Ireland, you seem, and they're looking for
money.
€2 for knowledge. Something of a cup of coffee. How does Dr. Boogie allegedly? What's Dr. Boogie's good instinct?
It's just another cyber version of someone passing you on the streets and putting out their cup and go,
oh shit.
That kind of thing. I think it's just another way of just kind of. It's like instead of sitting there asking for money, it's like putting the cup out and rattling it in your face. I think that it's just a kind of.
I know they always talk about like, oh, we don't use advertising and all this stuff, but
I don't think it survived so long.
But surely, if they're not getting the money off us, they're going to get it from. I don't know.
It's an open source website, so.
Okay.
I don't know actually. No, you're right. I don't know.
I don't have a clue. It's just like, have you heard? What are people saying on the buses? You know what people are saying. You're a man on the streets. Only messing. But on the subject, I was just. I don't know. I personally would think Wikipedia is one of my favourite web pages ever, and fair play.
But I think money is
cash money.
How much money do people actually donate to them? I'm sure someone does. By the law of large numbers, one would suggest that someone, when you ask so many, they will eventually have someone giving them money. That's how sometimes businesses work. They, especially in sales, they go by the law of large numbers. The more people, when you advertise, the bigger you advertise, eventually, after a while, someone eventually will give you something. Like, it'll happen after a certain amount of time. It might take time, but it will definitely happen. It's like, it's any given situation. That's why they say when you repeat an experiment enough times, within that time frame, something of the opposite is going to happen eventually.
Are you trying to blow my mind? Are we talking about the whole monkey typewriters in a room? Have you heard the whole theory? If you get like a load of monkeys in a room and ask them to keep typing, eventually they'll write Dr. Boogie's a fraud.
Yeah. So if you say that I'm a fraud again, you will die of a slow and painful death, allegedly. Allegedly, I'm only making a death threat. I don't know if I'm being serious or not. But
hashtag I'm being totally serious.
So if someone wants to arrest me, it's only allegedly. I didn't say I will do it.
Dr. Boogie's been hiding behind allegedly all his life, since birth.
This is the allegedly.
People are like, what, I don't know, they call him Dr. Allegedly Boogie these days.
Allegedly is my middle name. Should it be my middle name or last name? I don't know. My first name maybe.
I don't know. It's a lot of things to a lot of people. It means different things to a lot of different people.
It means it's not true.
True. I'm trying to see if there's any fucking bonkers comments
on the film. You haven't seen it.
I was going to make sure that
Are we going to give a spoiler alert so I can tell the results of the bet, or shall I?
Oh shit, what's the bet? Oh yeah, going with your mum.
The bet was...
Spoiler alert! You can find out tomorrow in the news, or you can find out now.
I'll say what the bet was. I won't say the outcome, who was right, who was wrong.
What? This is just between you and your mum.
Yeah.
Fucking give the spoilers away, like.
Okay.
I don't know. You do.
Spoiler alert. Now we're gonna tell.
Spoiler alert.
If you don't want to hear the ending, turn off. Cover your ears for the next minute or so.
Yeah. Book your tickets for the euthanasia roller coaster now.
Yeah, go on. It's fun. It's fun.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry.
So basically, me and my mum bet saying that will he or will he not be executed. My mum was saying, I bet he will be executed, and I was saying he won't be executed. So should I say he won the bet? Are you ready for the results?
Jesus. So no one googled it, no?
No, we didn't. We just decided to watch it without because we hadn't seen it before, so we decided just to watch it and to see if what would happen at the end.
Film.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood. So we decided just to see what would happen because we didn't know. It could have gone at one stage. It could have gone either way. So we didn't know what would happen. He could have been executed, but then equally he could have not been executed. They could have saved him just at the end.
Yeah.
So 1999, I think it
Were
came.
they going with Lethal Injection job or how?
Yeah, Lethal Injection.
Shit.
San Quentin. And the other thing about the San Quentin place is it's a former, it used to be a gas chamber where they'd like tie you into a chair and then they just drop pellets in and you breathe in the gas and you die that way. Mind, it's not as bad as what they did to you in the old days. Jesus.
What did you do in the old days?
They did put you inside a fucking like coffin and set it on fire.
What? Who did this? Who did this?
The Romans. Allegedly, I think the Romans.
What do you mean allegedly? The fucking Romans won't fucking sue you. Jesus Christ, the Romans.
They were roaming around and killing people. The Romans were fucking killing everyone.
Yeah.
And they were in bizarre ways.
Man, how good is life? I'm having a great time.
Me too. Oh, fucking, it's great.
This is Morning Espresso.
Here's the 2020. This is my morning coffee.
Man, how many countries do you think are fucking? They're already living in 2020. We're living in the past, man. We're living in the past.
I think half is in the future, half is in the past. No,
Europe's
I
in the
guess
past or something, is it?
some are living in the future, some live in the past. We're living in the now.
Time zones blow my fucking mind. Because you know, like, time doesn't exist, and neither does money, and neither does what else?
Nothing exists actually. Supposedly.
Yeah, I think you're about to. I think Dr. Boogie's wiping the floor with me here. Who's going to blow you, the other lad's mind?
Well, imagine when you draw a picture of something. I don't know. This is something crazy. This is me just thinking. You draw a picture of, let's say, a house, for example. Right. Was that there before you drew it? When you touch it,
shit.
It's a 2D.
Fuck.
But then it came from nothing, except from a pen or whatever things.
So you're there, you have a piece of paper, you're drawing a house on a piece of paper, and you're asking, was the house always there?
Or is it just there now once you put it in? Well, it might have been in your mind.
Oh, fuck.
You might have been on a different kind of level of mind, transferred. That's why they say sometimes instead of pen to paper, it's like through your mind to your pen to your paper. It's amazing if we to look at just the simple mundane things that we do every single day, and we kind of see how it works in action. Like, how the fuck, when at what stage do we decide to do those things, and how much time does our brain accordingly, apparently, talk about time.
Shit.
When you do any action or so, when let's say you write something, you're actually living a billionth of a second in the past. It's happened a billionth before that.
No, what the fuck is going on?
Apparently, yeah.
No.
That's why if a bus was to get hit by lightning and you were inside it or looking at it from the outside, the outside it might look like two of them hit the bus at the same time, but inside only one hits before the other. And guess who's right? Both of you.
Fuck.
No one's wrong in that. It's your perspective. The time itself is not linear.
Everything I knew was a lie. This is just stretching my mind.
But then,
it's like going to the gym or something.
Everything's holographics, just on a different frequency. I'm going to try and put my hand through the wall.
Okay.
But can I put it through this wall? Here, look. I can put that through. I can go through like a ghost.
Alright.
But I can't put it through the wall. That's because it's on a higher frequency.
That water's on a higher frequency and this is on a lower frequency.
Yeah, because more solid. Solid is just a more intense version of this. Just more.
For fuck's sake.
Congregated.
So is that why people talk about charging stones or frequencies and?
I think so. Yeah.
Connecting their body with this.
They're basically saying, like, this is more dense, this is less dense, and that stuff what they're talking about is even lesser dense.
Because it's bullshit they're talking. I'm sorry, I'm dragging the conversation to the gutter here. Sorry, go back on track. Sorry, you're talking gold here, frequencies.
Yeah, so that's this is on a different. This stuff in here is on a different frequency to the wall here.
Yeah.
But then again, it's not as loud. Also, notice this is higher pitch. You can barely hear it, but this is lower pitch. Sound-wise, it's lower frequency than this.
That's the fucking mic there. You can put it right up to the mic and touch it, and everyone at home can hear it really, really loud.
So I'm gonna see if you can hear me. Let's hear a drop of water.
Well, you have to.
You can barely hear it.
Put it right into the microphone there. There's the microphone there. So they'll be able to hear it because that's like proper.
Yeah.
You know, like
so
in their fucking brain. So
you can hear the water dropping. Right, which is higher sound, this or the wall? So that sound.
Sample that.
Or
Put that in your
this.
sampler.
Or this. Which sound is higher frequency, do you think?
The water. Why is there a hair in your
Definitely.
glass? You absolute cabbage.
No, it's just pubic hairs.
Why am I putting my...
No, you just brave.
There's a mad bit in the Prodigy film I was watching last night where the kid puts pubic hair in his mouth and he says, if you don't do what I say, I'll say you ass rape me. Because the kid is like some kind of psychopath reincarnated or some shit.
Oh, that's
and
yeah.
He robbed the pubic hair of this lad's toilet, stuck it in his teeth, so that he could be called the police. He'd say like, here, how else would you have pubic hair like in the fucking teeth? Isn't that fucking insane?
That's fucking.
It's all fictional, but it's fucking.
It's like, I'm going to stage my own suicide and that'll be right. But so that had a higher frequency, but this. But also physically, the one thing that sounded higher also is physically high in frequency. So it kind of all matches. So this is lower.
Okay.
So physically, this is lower frequency than liquid.
Physically, yes.
But also, sound-wise, it's lower frequency too.
Oh, double whammy. It's consistent.
Also, light. The brighter it's higher frequency.
The light? Hang on. Light? Yes. Okay, I'm with you.
And the darker stuff, which is absent colours, is lower frequency in colours.
Absent of
light, yeah.
Oh.
But it's just lower. It goes down.
Do you know what else is fucking mind blowing? That pint that you have the glass in. I don't know how glass is made, but I think it's like sand. And then you fucking heat the sand or some shit.
Really?
And it turns into... I think I'm talking shit. But you know, to make a mirror, it's something to do with melting sand or some shit. We should totally look that up. But that's like manipulated... I'll just look how to make glass.
How do you make it see through? Like, because if I was a kid, I was like, it's just not just permanent ice frozen, because ice is like the same as glass.
Ingredients of glass. I think it's just something simple like sand, and then you melt it really hot temperature.
I heard it was sand, yeah.
Main ingredients of this is just ingredients of glass. Main glass ingredients are sand / soda / limestone, and the ratio is 70% silica, whatever that is, sand, SiO2, to 18% sodium oxide, which is soda ash. And the chemical thing for that is Na20. 12% calcium / lime, CaO melted at 132 degrees Celsius makes a typical glass, which can be formed by blowing mouth or machine, by casting, pressing, and by drying. So that's a how-to. If you want to do that at home in your basement, that's how you do it. You need fucking sand, limestone, and some kind of soda. Isn't that mental?
It's mental.
That's just fucking sand.
That's sand, Jesus.
And what's sand? Fucking rock that's been eroded.
It came from a rock, yeah, exactly, yeah.
What's going on?
So it went from a rock to this. It's like you changed the whole
This is like that whole bullshit if we came out of the fucking ocean as fish and it's like a reverse, oh no. Sand, water.
Some say it's like we all come from Stardust, and that's where Stardust, and then we're all going to return to it.
L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology was right all along. We were wrong. L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology were wrong. We apologise.
And some people are already beginning, the anti-flat Earth people are beginning to suggest that the universe...
Anti-flat Earth? Is that not everyone in the world?
Yeah, well, I think scientists who are...
in the Bible, I'm just going to look up. In the biblical, you know, the Catholicism lads. I'm just going to look. Are there flat earthers, wasn't it? Weren't they in the Bible?
Don't know.
I thought the first Bible.
They thought the North Star was actually a star specific to.
But if God invented the fucking Earth and he wrote the fucking book, surely, if he fucking built the thing, how could he get it wrong? Why would he think it was flat if he built the fucking thing?
That's like, why'd you have religion if no one religion is right?
Sorry for fucking...
I'm very interested. I was like, why do people even think there's flat Earth when there's a satellite to prove it?
What was it called? Bible, was the Earth flat?
Flat Earth.
Earth flat.
It wasn't the Garden of Eden.
Alright, Flat Earth Bible. Look Heaven University. They're constantly changing their mind, those fucking Bible lads.
Oh, they will.
From Genesis Revolution, a Flat Earth book. So in Genesis to the Revolution, I don't know when they were, but that's one of the early books of the Bible and all that shit. Sorry, not shite.
I think it was the first one.
Yeah,
so book, as far as I'm aware.
All Christians were fucking flat earthers, and now it's not cool to be flat earthers. Oh my god!
But what I found really interesting
is
the universe is apparently curved. It's not really. It's not like infinite in direction. Everything in the universe is ultimately curved.
I know this is a really arrogant thing to be slagging religion. It's so arrogant, but oh my god.
No, I think
just everything just seems. People go, oh yeah, that religion's silly, but this religion's right. And you're like,
no, fuck off. No religion is right or wrong. Like,
even I was so disappointed when veganism. I was like, oh fuck veganism. They're really smart people. They know what's going on. Went all in, 100% vegan. Let's do this, and they were just fucking fighting among themselves like every fucking other group. It's like the battle's lost within lads. If you don't reunite, you're gonna get fuck all done. It's like I could list off countries like India, and the reason they weren't doing well in trade is because they didn't have good negotiations with countries around them. Politically, they didn't have. Listen, I'm not going to go into it, but it was to do with communications and then the economy and all the other shit.
I think, like for many years, I think people obviously, I think they're copying onto stuff a little bit more. Well, in some ways they are, but other ways they're definitely not. Like political correctness shows would tell me otherwise.
I think politically correctness, well, this is a fucking conspiracy. It's just like a way of keeping people in check. By fucking, because I'm fucking realising like everyone's wearing Adidas and like everyone's wearing fucking Adidas and Nike in Ireland anyway when you walk around, and it's like, why are all these people? And then it's like, alright, because they want to look like, they want people to think that they're sporty, but they're not sporty. They're fucking overweight and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they want other people to think that they can afford a new tracksuit. And there's people like begging, looking for money and all the rest, which is fine. I'm just like, they obviously have addiction or whatever, but they're dressing brand new tracksuits that I could not afford, and it's like, I wish I could wear brand new clothes. I would love to wear those nice clothes.
As much as I hate to, I'm not accusing anyone, but the reason that is they could have stolen it from the shop, probably.
Alright, well listen, we're jumping to a lot of fucking conclusions here.
So, that could be one thing.
This is all theoretical waffle. We don't know what fucking goes on, and we're generalising.
And not everyone on who begs is actually a legitimate beggar. They're actually part of a big ring as well.
Conspiracies getting flipped on their fucking minds.
There's a few begging rings that are trying to be shut down.
Trying to be shut down?
Yeah,
what kind of... Now, this is all rumours that I heard, overheard in a bus or something, was it?
In a lot of places,
generally, where I hear
some SpongeBob on the bus told me this.
When I say something that's a bit politically incorrect, I say I heard a lad getting sick in the bathroom there, and it sounded like he was saying
these people were like part of a ring. Yeah,
it sounded like he said something while he was getting sick. He said something about, fucking begging rings or something he was saying. Do you remember what he was saying while he was getting sick in the toilet? What was he saying? Something about rigged begging rings or something.
Rigged begging rings. They take they take the money and they bring it back to a bus, and they put it on the street to pretend.
Yeah, could you tell me the basic business formula? As if this was a business plan, and we just pretend. I know this is disgusting, but let's just pretend these aren't. This is
like sales. So
just pretend these aren't people with emotions and no one's suffering. I know this is a horrible way to look at it, but just let's look at how this business economy is surviving, because they wouldn't be doing this business thing unless it worked as a business. Could you just talk me through the business model?
So basically, you own a company. You get people to go out and collect money on your behalf, basically.
Alright, you can use words like slave or any of those stuff.
So you get slaves and all that.
So you get slaves, okay.
But however, in order
would these be like family members, or these are people who would work for nothing or a low wage?
Yeah,
either drug dependency or a family member.
And they get a small wage depending on how much money they make for them, and they're promised like other things like food, drugs, prostitution, whatever.
So they're okay, hang on. So people are promised food, and they're promised what? Is prostitution as in sex, or what are we talking here?
Allegedly, I don't know. But
we're not naming any names of gangs, so that's why we're. I've also heard things that going on this in many different countries. So
it goes on all over, and even worse.
We just go over the basics there of the business model. So you get a load of, I've heard about in countries where I think there's some famous film where like they get a lot of beggars and they fucking gouge out their eyes or some shit, or they make them deaf so that they have to beg, and then there's like
that's something to do with Slumdog.
Yeah, Millionaire.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Should we look up the name of that?
Slumdog Millionaire.
I think we both saw that, did we? Does that represent a basic outline for people, or
pretty much? Yeah.
Slumdog Million. I'm just gonna look up the date of that just for peeps. It was a big famous film when it came out.
Oh, it's massive. It's huge. I actually love
What's your guess for the year?
Fuck. It's long. I think it was like 2012, was it?
Hold it. How good is your internal clock of time?
Before that, even actually.
I think we have to go back to talk about fucking time again, don't we? It was out on the 15th of March 2009.
Oh, great.
Made 1,150 something, equivalent of 300 million. I can't read this. Alright, it was out in 2009 anyway.
Yeah, it's extreme. I saw it in the
It
cinema.
involved begging rings and stuff like that. I don't really remember all the ins and outs.
It's the same kind of thing.
Could you tell me, once again, just so you get a lot of people who you can take advantage of. You need to be what? How would these things? If I was looking to start a begging ring tomorrow, I have no morals. Tick. What other mad shit are involved? So you need to
have to wear a
manipulate
certain
a
kind
lot
of
of
clothes.
people. Okay, you need to wear a certain kind of clothes. Okay, go on.
Yeah, because you have to look like you're homeless.
Okay, so these people need to look homeless. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going. What other
they
steps do people need
facial
to do?
expression.
Facial expression. Is there
It's like
told to wear a
please.
certain facial expression?
I think they are. Whatever criteria, because they
Just
all
tell me
have
rumours you've heard. These are just rumours. None of this is real. Like so.
And just begging on the street, and then what they do is they collect the money. Whoever gives them the money, they collect the money in the cup, whatever it is,
All right.
and then they go off in like a van. And they're driven back to the house, to the boss, where the boss collects the money, and then they're driven back to the living quarters.
Jesus. Is this like a 9 to 5 or what kind of shift?
Pretty much they go out like early in the morning from like 8, and then they picked up at like 6 or whenever it gets dark.
What the fuck?
So you could be out there all day.
Where does all the money go?
It goes to like the guy who's running the business or set
So
of people.
So the people in return get bed and board, is it?
Yeah.
So if I'm applying for a job as a beggar, or I'm saying, listen, what's in it for me? You're going, listen, I'll give you a fucking bed, I'll give you food, and I'm like, right, what do I have to give you? And you're like, you have to beg on O'Connell Street for 5 hours or something. Is that how it works?
Exactly, yeah.
Alright.
And they also sometimes told you have to make a certain amount of money if you want to bit of it back yourself as
so
commission.
It's some kind of commission. Oh,
yeah.
I see. So it's a bit like waitressing or something.
Yeah. So the more money more sales, like more in this case, the money they collect.
Could
the
you
better.
pull out some bullshit figures out of your ear? Like maybe if they made
I couldn't.
€20, then they have to pay.
If they made €20, they could get paid €1. For example,
okay.
That's kind of thing. Your idea.
So they get like commission of 1% or
10%, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
5%.
Alright.
Yeah. So that's a.
How do I invest? I'm just joking.
Oh, you just go online and invest in their stocks, the business stocks.
Jesus. Yeah. Well, people invested in the Nazi stocks. What are those things? Nazi death camp stocks. Like you could actually buy them. And apparently, allegedly, the fucking JFK's dad was. Made a lot of money off it. He had shares in it. But these are classic. This is conspiracy theory 101. Like you're saying goodbye to logic once you
I'm
start.
just going to look up on the trading broker. I'm going to find those because you can backtest. Let's think, you can backtest all these things to like long. You can backtest them. The great thing about the backtesting is another thing, which
Whoa! Let's just sorry to like we want
I'm
to
going off topic here.
Right. So we're talking about fucking international begging rings. We're kind of, and the other thing we're talking about is frequencies. I just want to stick roughly, just give it a little bit, and then if we're doing different podcasts, we can talk about other shit. So about those two, is there anything else that interests you on those two topics?
Frequencies, I think. That's the thing. We go from one conversation to the other. It's very easy to do, but you link them in such a way.
Then you come. I normally
just in general.
Oh yeah, do you know what they call open loops? They do them in comedy to keep people interested. Do you know what? Fuck it. You keep going with the fucking flow. What were you talking about before I told you to stop? It's frequencies, beggars, then we started going on about something else.
I was going on about like backtesting.
Backtesting. But is that business or is that?
It is kind of. But so it's for another day. But
okay.
It's just like
sure, touch on it. Yeah.
Looking back on previous results, basically.
Okay. Yeah, backtesting. That's just like doing previous leaving cert papers for your exams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you have an idea of what's going to come up.
How you can predict the future by looking at the past, and we were talking about this earlier. Weren't we about
the time? We
can already predict the future. It's not that hard.
Like I said, we're already
when it's going to happen is the difficult part.
And when exactly? And sometimes it's like reading the forecast. If you can read the forecast, like, you can have an idea of when something is going to happen.
You can see things, all the cogs moving, but you don't know when they're going to get to the final destination and time. Fucking Oh,
But like I said, that's why we sometimes we can get it right 75% of the time and wrong 35% of the time.
that Bluetooth fucking. That Bluetooth technology has been
25.
fucking huge for years in China and all the rest of it. And then all of a sudden it's become fucking popular. But the technology's been around for fucking years.
And the other thing I like is like when how do you know when the trend kicks off? You'll know it pretty soon, and you can just jump in there.
Same with your fucking e-cigarettes. About 10 years before they got big in Ireland, I was living with a lad who I won't say the name of, and he was investing in e-cigarettes. About 10 years before they took off in Ireland. No one wanted to know him. He was like, listen, this is vaping, it's fucking class. No one wanted to know. He was like, listen, I'll sell them to you for €2. I was like, nah, I'm not interested. And then it became a big trend. They're fucking everywhere. Everyone's fucking hooked. Now they got banned or some shit and whatever.
Well, I think the
But
trend
it's
is going
the
to.
timing. If he could have been a millionaire if he just waited 10 years. Because you can see the future, but you don't know when it's going to become trending.
And the thing is, that's where you can have like kind of money management things like that. If you now this is what I'm
Apparently,
doing.
yeah. But did you hear about all that bullshit about CBD and weed becoming legal and all this shit?
Oh yeah.
But apparently that bubble's already burst.
Oh yeah, that's.
People were saying, oh, I made loads of money off weed and all this shit. That bubble's already gone, apparently. It's going to hit Ireland, then the weed bubble becomes legal and then it becomes banned.
And then it will be burst, yeah.
Bubble, and then make people like loads of money selling it and endorsing it, and then fucking all the money's gone, and then fuck. Yeah, you keep going.
But
talk about legal stuff here. Yeah, go on.
But yeah, that's cool. But that's what we call like trends. Like, 'cause sometimes you can wait for the trend to start and getting early. It takes a bit of practice, but with anything like that, if you know it's going to happen, wait for a little bit until it really gets in the news, and then jump in. Jump in when you're kind of moving, when it's a little bit in. Sometimes you could jump in too early and it could just go the other way.
If I invested in e-scooters, I'd be fucking broke now. I was thinking about investing all my money in e-scooters, and they're already, guards are pulling you over and saying, listen, they're illegal and shit. They're about to take off, and then they got chopped before they took off.
Shit.
I could have lost my fucking arse.
I think the hoverboards are gone as well. Oh yeah, because you would have.
I would have invested everything in those, because they became really big for like 4 months in Ireland, and then they became illegal or some shit, and then they're gone.
Sometimes you have to also see like what kind of environment you like. For example, in here, like what. Like for example, like investing in those kind of things might be okay in another country, but in Ireland they're very into. If you're investing in a country that's full too over the top with health and safety, it might not be a good idea. You know that this.
Who said Turkey?
I delight with Turkey. I love that place.
I was just when I was in Turkey, I'm not well travelled at all. So I know I'm just picking a random country out of the sky here. I'm not well travelled. I was just shocked that everyone drives without a fucking bike helmet. I was like, gee, you'd never get away with this.
I'm not. You go across the Mediterranean and you.
No bike helmets.
I nearly got knocked down by a cyclist with no helmets, and he went through. It was green light for me, and I was crossing. I think it was this one.
Ireland.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
And I was crossing the road, and basically the cyclist, no helmet or on anything, just came out of nowhere, nearly just hit me, and he went flying off his bike. And it was green man for me, and it was red light for him. He just went flying past at 20 miles an hour, and then he nearly hit me, so I decided to jam on the brakes and go flying off.
Yeah.
And he nearly fucking idiot. And he fell over. He was dressed in all black, no helmet, no nothing, no lights on his bike. Like, you couldn't see him until it was too late, till he smashed you. But luckily he missed, but he went flying off his bike, and luckily he wasn't injured. But thank God he was apologetic. Like, at least he knew his mistake.
Were you fucking in bits? Like, do you have a racer bike or like?
No, just a pedal bike. It's just on a pedal bike. No, he didn't hit me actually.
He wasn't like working, delivering, or anything, was he?
No, he wasn't. Like, I would have thought it was one of those deliveries, but it wasn't. He was just on his own, and and he had no helmet. But luckily he was apologising for it, and I kind of just let it go, because I think he realised himself.
You didn't beat the shit out of him anyway.
No, I decided to wait till he went, and then I'll just call the police.
Curse his name.
And so then I just walked off, and I was like, fucking hell, he was some man. At least he owned up to it.
Some job.
Like, cause some of them can be abusive. Apparently, some of them do get abusive when they, let's say they go across and they don't stop at red lights and all.
Yeah.
And nearly someone get
Yeah.
hit by a bus because of doing the same thing.
Well, one of my friends allegedly lost his teaching job. He's studying to be a teacher, and he got stopped at the red lights or something.
Oh
And
no!
he got up in court, and there's a whole kerfuffle about it, and he got fined, and then fucking some other thing happened, and then but he found it a lot harder to get his job as a teacher because he had a criminal record or some shit.
Well, it wasn't really that bad to get a criminal record.
I think there was something else.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But it was what kicked it all off from the get go was going through a red light on his bike.
Oh, and that's what. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what got him pulled over in the first place.
Oh, because they sometimes pull over and then they might find out other things from them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that happens quite a
His
lot.
teaching job and.
Oh shit! That's the other thing. Criminal records. I don't know to what extent are criminal records beneficial.
Oh.
What to what extent? Why aren't they? Like, I can understand for very serious crimes if someone's genuinely really dangerous, but for most things, giving criminal records for anything like less than that, I don't really get it. I mean,
it's kind of
you want
make or
people-
break for a lot of people. Like you have to become self-employed almost.
you want people to get out.
They'll hire you.
I mean, the amount of the prisons wouldn't be half as. I don't think, in my opinion, I think the prisons would be only a third of the way full if they didn't give criminal records out so easily.
Damn, what a statement.
That's what I think.
Just personally, I haven't heard any whispers about it.
No, I just think personally. I just think this according because people with criminal records will get so angry they see the world as bleak, and statistically,
all that shit.
they're more likely to end up going back. And you even see, and I've seen cases. I've watched the police shows, and I've seen cases of homeless people who've been out of prison.
Dude, what's the one name is that one of those bullshit police shows where they're like, do you know it's just comedy police shows? Bad boys, come
What
to
you
you.
gonna do? Yeah, cops, yeah.
Is that the kind of police shows you're talking about? I've seen the police shows, and I've seen the shit. Sir, have you I'm going to tase your ass. No, don't tase my balls. I'm going to tase you in the balls, motherfucker. No, my balls.
I love that show
so much.
There was this one also where like a man was being arrested. He said, "Get your ass on the front of the car. I'm gonna arrest you." Got hell on the back front of the bonnet.
Calm down, sir. Calm down. Relax, sir. Sir, relax. You need to calm down, or I'm gonna tase you in the dick. I'm gonna tase you in the dick.
And your man just go. It's like Michael Jackson's have been electrocuted back to life.
I'm sweating my ass off. I'm gonna turn off this heater. Are you sweating?
I will be after this. But yeah.
Let me pour you another pint.
I love it. Just said there's one in America. There was this woman. She's been
lads on crack and all that. Lads.
She was basically she's arrested for drunk driving and she's in the police station. You're gonna go to hell when you die. You are fucking guns and all this bullshit.
That's
and
what I call a good head. Everyone else see that
heads
head
up, baby.
just leaking all over the place.
Just taking the piss.
Don't just taking the piss. Don't trust me with your pint. I'll spill it everywhere.
And then there was it. And then she basically went up to the police and she tried to hit the police officer and the police just fucking knocked her like that. You fucking touch me, you put your fucking hands on me, bitch, or something like that. Crazy. I think it's something along those lines actually. But I love it when I see them getting arrested. But I'm trying to think there was something really hilarious. Like it was over like a shoplifting offence. A guy tried to flee security after being caught shoplifting, and they had this police, like 10 armed police, pointing guns at him, and they just had someone on a megaphone.
Armed police. Oh my god.
Yeah, 10
for
of them.
shoplifting.
Yeah, for shoplifting.
Shoplifting fucking Turkey or what the fuck's he doing? Like, what do you have to be shoplifting to in order? Oh Jesus, Armani socks or what the fuck is he up to?
It was a supermarket.
Armed. He was robbing a
supermarket.
What's the most expensive thing you could rob? Maybe a bottle of vodka. 2 bottles of vodka. Like, what the fuck can you rob in a fucking basic or what?
I'll tell you, if I had 10 guns pointed at me, I'd feel it more at ease if I had a few bottles of vodka in me.
Jesus.
And he was just so funny. He's like, someone on the loudspeaker, get your hands on your head like this, put them on your head and walk backwards until I tell you to stop. And then get on your knees, and then you have about 5 or 6 police officers with guns pointing and just arresting you. Just for like fucking shoplifting.
He wasn't holding up the place around this fucking shoplifting.
It was so that's why I thought it was so ridiculous. I mean, if it was holding hostages and they did that, fair enough, but
oh my god, that's a lovely shirt you have on, Dr. Biggie.
oh, I just like the inside of it better. Look at the gone red.
For all you people in audio land, you can't see this podcast. Dr. Boogie is wearing an luminous pink shirt and is blinking in the time to the Russian national anthem. That's all I know. It's an icon. It's the best. I think it's the old Russian national anthem.
One I really, really like. I like the Icelandic national anthem. Da 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 ba ba ba. It's very choral and like kind of hymnal and all. Not that I'm religious or anything like that, but I was really, the sound of it, the harmonies are absolute. Anything with a real proper simple, not complicated chorus, but just real simple harmonies, I fall in love with straight away.
You wouldn't know what they're saying in the thing. They're saying like Finland.
You don't have to know. Oh fucking hell. I looked at the lyrics and Jesus, gave me fucking goosebumps.
Oh jeez.
And I didn't even quite understand it, but just you could. It's ambiguous.
Yeah.
And you can just see it from any point of view, and
you look into most national anthems, they're a bit bonkers.
Apparently, yeah, this one's more the gentle ones because most of them are quite rough. Risky.
We will crash you.
I love to just fucking so fucking good. I love to just play it right now. Just get my hands on a piano, just play the Icelandic national anthem.
Let's fucking piano here, man.
I'll give you a because I remember watching it the Euro back in 2015 I think it was, so it kind of goes like this. So you can't go down an octave in this, can you?
No, so we can go we can get a different, if you want a bass, do you? No, just try
no, that's just fuck, it's grand. Love the spin.
Holy Jesus. Amen. Preach, sister, preach.
Oh yeah.
Class.
So that kind of like that's
Finland.
Fucking love that. Iceland. Fucking love that national
anthem. Go there for your
anthem.
holidays. Fucking hell.
That's
deadly. Fair play to them.
And then just listening that before the football match, them against France, and they beat them. They absolutely just really fucking hell with the music. I think it's like, geez, with that kind of music, they're gonna beat them. No problem. I mean, the French national anthem was good, but something about that stands out amongst all the others, and the German one as well. I kind of like it. I find that kind of any European kind of classical music. I'm all mad into all that stuff. And it's so simple. There's no complicated harmonies. It's once you have the basic theory behind it.
What blows my mind is you've possibly never played that on piano before.
I've only a couple of times.
How many years ago?
Last time I played was probably a good few months or longer.
Right, so you haven't played that piece in a good few months and you just fucking boffed it out. No bother. And with multiple fucking harmonies. Jesus fucking hell. That just hurts my mind how you can just play, oh yeah, I've heard this before. Boing, here it is. Oh Jesus. I could do it with drums or maybe guitar-ish.
Well, do you know, but do you know what?
Oh my god.
Everyone is capable.
Multiple harmonies, just bang.
But do you know what I find really, really interesting is, and this is absolutely blows my mind. So I go on, I was teaching a student. I was teaching a student and talk about rhythm. Did you know like we all have rhythm within us? You know a heartbeat. When we walk, how do we walk?
Okay.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Waltz, is it?
No, just when we walk around out in public or anything. Do you see anyone erratic most of the time, or do you see them walking? Do you know why it looks so perfect? Because we're all in rhythm.
Shit.
And everything happens in rhythm. And here's a reason. Do you know the Baby Shark? Do you know the Baby Shark nursery rhyme that they?
No.
Baby Shark, baby Shark.
You've never heard that before.
But it's a new nursery rhyme that came out in the last, I don't know how long. But it was
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark. But they're funny that that they get the kids get the rhythm right perfectly.
Yeah.
And this is a beginner.
No
this
way.
Is kid. I've only started. This kid's 5.
What rhythm is that?
It's like Baby Shark.
What is that? Is that triplets or?
It's not even. It's like dotted and
dotted. It's just a dotted thing.
It's so complicated. I can't even explain what it is.
Fuck! Is it? Oh my god!
But you know what? We know complicated rhythms
So it's not
without
4/4 anyway, and it's not just major. Is it just a major key?
It's just a rhythm. Something like that. Crazy. But it's like something like that. But you know what? We can learn rhythm. If we did it without looking at music, we'd learn it quicker. And you know why that is? Because we all have it anyway. How does everyone have it? That's why if I teach a student happy birthday, they can learn it straight away almost. Because the rhythm actually helps you find the notes that helps you the shape. That's what I think.
You think the rhythm comes first?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
it's the backbone. Why is it from the backbone?
I always go melody first. Balls.
I think
I was round.
But that's where because I have something. I'm going to do something really cool on here. I do this for students all the time. I'm going to do something really cool.
Back to the roots, fucking African man.
This is going to be really cool now.
Tribal shit.
I'm going to play something. I'm going to play the first song with all the correct notes. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Then I'm going to play you the second song with the wrong notes. So I'm going to play
a demonstration about rhythm and.
Pretty much, yeah. No, the rhythm's going to be off completely in this one. So let's see. Any idea what it is yet?
No, yeah. Well, is the rhythm off on this?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the notes aren't. They're all correct. Any idea? How long did that take for you to get that?
Oh god, I didn't know till the last 3 notes, the last dropping thing.
Now I'm going to play the same key. I'm going to play most of the wrong notes, but I'm going to get the shape and the rhythm. Okay. You have to tell me what this is.
Happy birthday.
There you go. Now, how come you got that quicker than the other one before?
Because everyone plays Happy Birthday.
Well, they're
like, what is this? It's always fucking happy birthday, even if you don't know it's the go-to for everybody.
But you know how they end up knowing? The rhythm.
Yeah.
They don't know the notes. They know the rhythm.
So yeah, I remember a music teacher played Happy Birthday in the bass. She was playing some mad shit up there and she was like, what song is this, you all know it? And just because it was played in the bass, no one in the room could rooms of music students didn't know what the fuck it was.
No.
She was like, just, this is Happy Birthday.
So they weren't listening to the bass, obviously.
Yeah, they were listening to the upper fucking melodies.
Jesus, so they missed out on. That's the thing. I think that bass is so important. The bass and the drum are the backbone of the. And then they're not any less important. They are what creates it. They're the roots of the structure. You know, like why like a building needs a foundations. They are the ultimate foundations.
Leave.
They're the ultimate foundations of it. So that's what I find so interesting. Like why rhythm is. I mean, do you know this? Do you know this song? Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
Oh,
but I was playing the wrong notes again. And the other thing that's really interesting on the piano is if I get someone to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, they can transpose by, for anyone non-musician, is someone to change the key. They can just go, Mary had a little lamb.
Yeah.
But then suddenly they'll go to the black keys and they'll hit, oh. I never taught them that. They just do it themselves.
Yeah.
You can literally, you just literally transpose. So this whole thing about where we're getting onto is perfect pitch.
That's frequencies.
I don't know what it's like to be without perfect pitch almost, because I see everything in that kind of same. I associate like, let's say I could associate C with a lemon, I could associate D with a dog or whatever. Now I'm not saying that's how I do it. I don't know, but I do.
You're not giving any secrets away. It's fucking.
I do associate.
It's the elixir of life.
I do like have sounds I can tell like the difference for whatever reason it is. But even to the point where I can't associate. But I think if everyone could associate sounds with different things, I think it would work. I'm gonna try this on you.
Oh shit!
Are you ready?
Alright.
So I'm gonna play C, D, E, F, G. So if I play C to D, if I play Happy Birthday, it's gonna be. You have to tell me the second note. So the first note's always gonna be C.
I'm already lost. Okay, let's go.
So the first note is C in all cases, but the second note's either gonna be D, E, F, or G.
It's the same one twice, and then it moves up to D.
So
that's only because I know it.
Yes, so basically, but you know this one.
So I fucking taught kids this before.
So if I play Happy Birthday, the second note is D. So here we go. Happy Birthday. So that's D. But if I play Oh When the Saints, that's E. So think of a song to find those notes, and then We Wish You a Merry Christmas. C. We wish.
That the Star Wars interval. Da, da. No, it's not. That's a minor. That's a fourth. You were playing a fourth there, were you?
That was a fourth. Yeah, I think that.
No, that's a fifth. I was thinking the first song you were singing.
That's a fourth, yeah, exactly. So then, what's a fourth up from C? You just have to know what's a fourth up from C, D, E.
I'm awful at
F.
maths. Yeah, musical maths.
So there you know. So you know the note already. You know which note. Even if you don't know the name, you still know which note it. If you know
you can sing it.
If you know it mathematically the distance, then you already know what note it is.
Yeah.
That's what perfect pitch, relative pitch, and perfect pitch is just that.
Yeah.
Without thinking about it.
This is a pretty light musically. I still don't want to get too deep into music theory because this is kind of a light topic for people who aren't musicians and all that stuff.
But it's like if you recognise Happy Christmas, just write down F. If it's Twinkle Twinkle, the star was
Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's what Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Twinkle Star Wars. So if you that's what it said. I said this. I know we said this.
Star is Major Third, isn't it?
The Twinkle Twinkle is perfect fifth.
Ah fuck. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah, Twinkle Twinkle.
Fuck.
And Star Wars. So that's the first two notes. So take the first two notes. If you know the song, if you will know, if you can recognise the song when you hear it, you are in some way perfect pitch.
Perfect. Damn.
No,
you are perfect the way
because you're all perfect, just the way you are. How the fuck do people know what songs that come on? Like, I don't know fully why, but I think that's a fairly good idea. I think all stems from learning the alphabet.
Shit. Really? Do you think it all comes from the alphabet?
I think learning the alphabet, the way we're kind of introduced to the alphabet, it kind of... Because that's how I remember being introduced to music.
Oh my god.
If you just go...
Do you think everything's connected through frequencies? That seems to be one of your philosophies that you dip into.
Oh, I think so. I think everything kind of vibrates on a frequency.
And that seems to be a lot of your philosophies in life. When we're talking, seems to be you dip into that to reinforce some of your statements. You're like, frequencies.
And that's why, like, affirmations, they're designed to you raise your frequency.
Oh,
so
shit.
Have you ever noticed, like, if a person is always let's say a person. Let's say person A, person B. Person A...
Can we use me as person A or B, just to visualise?
I'll use you as B.
Can we use you as the other person?
I'll be person A, you'll be person B.
Yeah, right.
So, someone does something wrong against person A.
Okay,
that's me.
Someone does something wrong against you, alright.
I decide I am not going to forgive them. I'm going to get complete revenge from them.
You're going to cut that bitch.
I'm going to...
Smash bottles.
Yeah.
Beat up that man.
Like a Hitachi machete.
Yeah. And
I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to ruin their life.
Jesus, that's a big commitment. That's a lot of hours out of your day, man.
I know.
You better get an extra side job if you want to be doing that. That's a big commitment.
And then person B decides, after being a little bit upset initially, decides to forgive them and
That's me.
put it in the past.
Yeah.
And then not hold it on and then move on from it and accept it as a mistake and move on from it. So who's going to be better off? Person A or person B? Definitely person B.
Because they have more time. They don't have to. It's a big commitment hating someone. Like, it takes a lot of hours out of your day.
So getting revenge to someone, do you actually feel better in the long run? I don't think so, because you'll be angry again.
You're just gonna get angry at the next person who fucks you over, aren't you?
Exactly, yes. I mean,
you'll get nothing done.
So that's what they call it. So who's on the higher vibration? A or B? The one that forgives or the one that keeps getting revenge? The one that forgives kind of, I was like, I understand you were not quite, and even you were only kind of learning. It's a learning experience. Let's move on. I don't want to get revenge. Let's pretend it never happened. Person B will be like that, whereas person A will be like, fuck you, you're paying the price for me. So person
A won't be taking any risks though. They'll just be staying at home watching TV, I think.
Well, that's apparently another big risk is staying in your comfort zone. That's even more dangerous than going out your comfort zone.
That's what fucked up a lot of my early life, staying in my comfort zone.
That's odd. And I really like what you do. You're very but you're very consistent. You don't procrastination is way too into comfort zone.
Procrastination, it's like it messes people up a lot more than drugs or poverty or I don't know.
And probably causes a lot of that stuff.
Lack of communication, and
it's because you're just not getting stuff done. You leave to the last minute, and then you will. Because I found that if you leave things to the last minute all the time, it's gonna bite you someday. Whereas if you kind of get on it early and just take that next risk early on, then it doesn't seem so bad, and you feel so much better afterwards. I think procrastination is evil. It's the evil sort. It's like
procrastination is the devil. It's the devil.
It's like roulette. It's like do you know all the numbers on the roulette table? They say the roulette's evil because the way it ruins so many people's lives and all.
I didn't know. Well, I know gambling in general. I didn't know specifically roulette does.
Well, I guess what all the numbers add to, 0 to 36. If you add every single one of them up, they all add up to 666. On the roulette, yeah. So 36 plus 35 plus 34 all the way to 1. They all add up to 666.
Just so if you add them all up with a plus,
Yeah, with the plus, yeah. Every single one of them.
666.
Yeah, that's the final answer. So you're adding up all the 36 different numbers. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 all the way to plus 35 plus 36 equals 666.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Doing your calculators if you don't believe me.
I don't believe you, but that's fucking bonkers.
I'm doing the fucking calculator like I said, like a good boy. See, I'll get revenge now too.
So, how are we going to blow each other's minds? Well, so far we've talked about we keep going back to frequencies, which is fucking awesome. It's like a general theme, isn't it?
I think before we get to the countdown, shall we talk about
countdown to a different episode,
But before we do that, how are we going to beat the 3 weeks beyond procrastination?
Oh shit!
Coming on to that New Year's resolution.
Man, you had that one in the back pocket, man. You had that one in the back pocket. Remember this conversation?
Here we go. It's here.
The conversation, fucking secret weapon.
Procrastination. Beyond 3 weeks.
3 weeks to form a new habit. That's how long it takes. 30 days.
Do you know what you do? Just make it 1 week extra. You grab that.
4 weeks. New habits. Fucking. It's what you do every day. It makes you.
I don't know. I mean, how the fuck do people always do it for 3 weeks, then they just go back into their old ways? What exactly is it? Is it that they overly do it and then
people are stressed the fuck out as it is. Like, you can't expect people to form new habits when they're stressed the fuck out with fucking a mortgage, fucking 2 kids, a husband who's off fucking never around, he's too busy fucking working, and
I'm always finding what if you have your holidays and then you have your post Christmas holidays and then you're doing absolutely nothing and you're like, I'm going to wait till the new year, and then you change. I think the contrast between that and then into your resolution is absolutely night and day. How can you expect anyone just to switch overnight? It's like you're changing personality almost. I think maybe that's why people. I think a resolution possibly should be kind of slowly built into it. build yourself gradually into it rather than just do it 3 weeks in one burst.
There's what should be done, and that people's emotions and what people's emotions interfere. Their own self-sabotage.
It's a self-esteem, I think, as well.
Low self-esteem, self-sabotage, think they don't deserve it. Fucking some weird-ass thing, maybe they think...
Because they think, like, making a resolution is like, oh, this is impressive, I feel better.
Think fucking, my dad was a fucking lazy piece of lula, so I'm gonna be a lazy piece of lula because that's all I am, and all these weird thoughts people have about themselves, they're a load of waffle.
And then, but the other thing I find is I think people, they change and then they go into this thing, and I've done it myself, they just go too much into it, over the top, and there's no way, something of a great intensity isn't going to last. It's like if you burn off fuel faster, it's going to run out even quicker. So I think if you burn off that kind of desire too quickly, if you rush into it, rather than kind of gradually ease your transition into it, you might actually sustain yourself for a bit longer. Maybe that could be a possible. So if you want to go beyond the 3 weeks, don't go flat out on the first week. Just say, okay, just cliche, the gym. Speak, I'm going to go to the gym every weekend for...
Why the fuck would you go to the gym? Why would you?
Just
I think it has to be something. If you don't fucking want it, why are you going to the gym? Because
they said they want to lose weight.
But do they actually want to lose weight?
No, like exactly. They just, it's the whole, like, because I want to...
Some people use that as a safety barrier to keep
because
people away.
I'm a bad person if I don't go. Yeah, a lot of people say, I want to be a good person to show I'm committed to something. And the thing is, they got the... It's bullshit. It's social pressure again. I think... Yeah. So I think a New Year's resolution, like, if you have a New Year's resolution, well, it's... But I had one, yeah, it's like, why wait till New Year's? Do it now. You have the time. It's perfect time to start. Why do you have to wait till New Year's? Just like ease into it and...
Well, it's fucking New Year's now. It's a bit late for that.
It's a bit late for that, man.
It's New Year's today, now, right now.
But like, let's say from the 2nd of January, like, don't even go... Don't make it much different to the 31st of December even. Make it a small difference, and then after a few weeks, add on something else to it. But just be small and consistent rather than over the top and erratic. I think that's what I would say. You know that yourself, like, you're good at that.
Like, why would, like, people don't, like, a lot of people's, their thing is fucking food, and that's what makes them happy. They're like, oh, I'll go for a nice meal. It's a whole fucking lifestyle.
Do you know what?
Their life revolves around food.
Do you know what I think? Yeah, but do you know what I think it is? The whole changeover. I think it's like going cold turkey. It's like giving up smoking or something like that.
Like, people look at pictures of food all day. Like, I'm just not stimulated by food personally, but some people like look at pictures of food all day. They fucking go, oh, I can't eat this, I must eat that. Like, they're constantly thinking about fucking food, whether it's in a positive way or a negative way. I literally never think about food.
I do sometimes. So.
I'm literally like, fine, well, I have to eat something. I'm hungry, I'll fucking shove it in. But I have to fucking do this fucking recording thing now, because that's fucking all I think about. And if I eat too much, I'll get tired and fall asleep. So I have to be like, I have to always never fill my stomach. Always on like 2/3, otherwise I get sleepy.
Brilliant, even better.
But if I don't eat, I get really angry. So it's like a constant balance. If I overeat, I'll fall asleep. If I undereat, I'll be angry. It's like everything fucking...
Well, once you have that balance, the idea is just to keep a balance that's acceptable to you. And the other thing I fucking find with this resolution is people nagging you doing it. It's like, fuck off. It's my resolution, it's not yours.
So why didn't you go to the gym today, Dr. Biggie? Go fuck yourself.
Why? Because I'm fucking lazy and I don't want to go. So fuck off. And I won't be going tomorrow. I got my own muscles thing. I got my gym here.
Yeah, your gym there, but yeah, well, it's just if your New Year's resolution is going to the gym. For me personally, I don't work out. I just stand up all day.
I just
don't sit down.
No, I do. I don't use the lifts.
You don't use lifts.
I use the stairs.
I
don't use the lifts.
I find I just kind of go to sleep mentally if I sit down. I start just going, I can't sleep mode if I sit down.
I just like to go and explore and do things like that, but I need to decide, okay, I'm going to get down and do my stuff. I'm going to do this thing for an hour a day, not too much to ask for.
Your kind of task or whatever it is.
So, I mean, there's no good saying you have to do this 4 hours every single day, 5 days a week, when you know realistically that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
If you could do it for 1 hour a day, and when it's going really well, maybe add on a little bit later on. But be absolutely sure that you know that you're not going to be changed by other plans, make sure you absolutely know that unless in very serious cases you're going to stick to that plan.
Yeah.
Unless someone's dying beside you, then you're okay. Just keep going at it.
And even then, take a big shit on them and
and just
kick them out of the way and carry on with your goals.
Exactly, yeah, you'll get, because at the end of the day, they're dead, you're alive, you're grand.
This is the art of fucking Satan.
This is dark, this is the brightest humour ever.
Dr. Boogie's trying to corrupt our minds. Well, he mightn't be, but Vegan Stephen is trying to corrupt your mind.
Except for the exorcism to get rid of Dr. Boogie.
Oh, I have a conspiracy theory that YouTube cut our feed when we started doing the online betting. I think it's mostly down to my dodgy internet. But our Christmas special Ouija board the feed got cut after 20 minutes as soon as we started betting. But like I said, I think that was just down to a dodgy internet connection.
I was looking at it. Oh no.
The audio version's up on everywhere though, so no one's missing out.
My dad didn't see that because I lost the money in it.
Yeah. Allegedly, yeah.
I was fuck on money, but the great thing about that is I will say...
you fucking stopped as well. You lost the money and you were like, alright, that's me. Back to the points.
I did, because a lot of people, especially
keep
after
going,
drink,
down the hole.
you keep on going, but I said, I'm stopping now.
Yeah, they're trying to... Well, I think it's a terrible idea to be gambling, as you know.
Yeah, of course,
just
it is
because
terrible.
I've seen it fucking ruin people. But you knew when to get out, so fair play to you.
It is. I have other ideas, as you know, I have far other ideas which are safe and don't involve gambling at all. But if you're gambling just for the sake of gambling, it's fucking shite.
So, yeah, well, some lads,
unless you want to go
€2 on and all the rest of it each match. I don't understand that, but they have balance of whatever kind.
They're so passionate about their team and all. It's like, well, I might make money off something I'm passionate about, but you won't actually in the long run, because they have these bookies set margins.
So if you're putting €2 on, don't think you're ever going to make any money. If you actually want to make big money, you got to have a fucking document of fucking past history, your statistics all written out.
Exactly, yeah.
Fucking accounting fucking sorted. If you don't have all this bullshit, you're just going off emotions. Forget about money.
Oh yeah,
it's gone.
Money and emotions don't.
When you get money, you're going to spend on something retarded like a fucking car. Instead of knowing how to actually keep your money, because it's easy to get money, it's hard to keep it.
That's just it. Oh, that's where you go. That's where money management comes in.
When I say keep it, I'm not talking about fucking saving it. I'm talking about investing to multiply.
Exactly. That's exactly what
I'm not talking about buying a house here, something that'll eat your money. They have to keep pumping money into and doesn't return.
You need some. In this day and age, you really need to invest your money. You need money to make. Here's the theory. All those videos that we did from the leveraging and all that.
Make money now, of course. It's fucking online.
So, see in the link or wherever it is.
Playlist, yeah.
So basically, what the make money now is describing is some part of it is like leveraging. So you have money to make additional money. Use that additional money to make even more money. Use that money to make even extra money. Take a little bit of that to yourself. Go back, use that money, make more money. If that money kind of loses, just bring it back again. You're okay. You took your money. Make more money, take a little bit, use a little bit of knowledge, make even more money, learn a little bit, make more money, take a bit of that, make more. Yeah. And what you got?
Experiment, adapt, do your research.
Oh yeah, you need to...
Willing to adapt.
This does take
Leave
time.
Emotions out of it.
Be patient as well, and don't feel bad about making mistakes.
But also, it comes both ways, so don't party too much when you win, because then you won't party when you lose.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
If you're basing that on the whole fucking lifestyle and mindset, it's not just as simple as do this, don't do that. It's a whole fucking everything. Zen as fuck. Having your head game together, not being emotionally involved in business decisions.
It's not about winning or losing. There's just a trick. It's about when you come out on top. Ultimately, you won. You technically made money in all your previous decisions, even if you didn't at the time. It just came later, but. All those previous decisions made you money, so technically, in hindsight, you won every single investment. So, I'll give you an example of my long time ago. I was doing my initial income, and starting from 5 cents, long time ago, very long time ago.
X amount of money, yeah.
And I went through a number of processes. Let's say that was building up. It was kind of winning, losing. I had to go through a big streak. I was comfortable with it because I had the money. I knew I was going to come out on top.
You should break down with percentages. Like I started with 1% and I doubled it by 6,000% or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was but then by the next morning, but I was in a drawdown overnight. Now a drawdown is a deficit, means you're in the red, you're in the loss.
Holy Jesus.
But I was comfortable staying in that because it was finished for the day. So the next day I came back, went even further and made it all back plus a lot more, and I made 10 euros. So 5 cents in 24 hours I made 10 euros. So imagine what I would have made if I started on 10 euros and I did that.
I have no idea.
I would have made thousands overnight in less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
So basically, in hindsight, all this, if I just won every bet on 5 cents that day, I would have made maybe €2 or €3 maximum. But because I went into a drawdown, it actually
It's actually betting the sports betting, is it?
Yeah. And I just made a shitload of money. So really, every single one of those bets ultimately won because it made me that €10. Every single bet made me money, even if it just wasn't in neat order. It's just sporadic.
Yeah.
But I still won every single bet, no matter what. Even if I didn't look that way. Yes, it's all about perception in the mind.
Dr. Boogie doesn't necessarily have any interest in sports that I'm aware of. He's just following the money. That's the weird thing. We have literally, just let's say we've no interest in sport, but the only reason we're learning about sports is because that's where the money is, and we're only going for that specific place where that specific money is, and only learning about that specific area. We don't give a fuck about any other sport, just where that specific hole where there's a little bit of money to be made is where we're focusing all our attention on that one little hole, eye of the needle. Nothing else in the world matters.
Have you ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome?
And when you fall in love with your
capture,
yeah.
I think there's a little bit of that with this as well, because when you I find I do look into the, should I say, horse racing?
Yeah.
So when I get full interest about horses and all, but there comes a point when you do it long enough, you actually become interested in the horses, interested in their breeds and stuff like that, and how they do.
Yeah.
You really do kind of almost like wow, this one's wearing a harness, this isn't. Things I wouldn't even dreamt of. So I'm gaining a bit of the Stockholm syndrome. I've been captured by the sport itself.
Yeah.
And then, so you get it. So even if you've no interest, whether you like it or not, you will end up liking the stuff you hate almost.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens to it. So even if you think, the same with, even if I teach certain kinds of music and I'm not into it, but if I listen to it, I go into it, I always seem to get Stockholm syndrome. So I get that a lot.
What's lovely is, I say there's a professor somewhere who has the exact same definition as you are, but calls something else. I'm sure that what you're saying is a different terminology, but man, I completely understand you.
Oh yeah, well it's the same kind of idea, except it's just not from you're hostage to such a kind of a subject kind of thing as well. But that's what I find interesting, just those, you become interested in something that you're really not into at all. It's like making best friends with your worst enemy and then you're actually really good friends kind of thing.
Yeah, I find that mad when people who have assassins, they end up hiring the assassin as their personal security because they know their enemies better than they do and all this shit. And it's like, oh, what a fucking weird mindset. It's all art of Sun Tzu, the Art of War. McCaffrey follows it and all that. I won't get into it.
I find that myself, half the stuff I like, I hated when I was starting out in life, and I fucking love the stuff like Stockholm Syndrome gone on steroids, basically.
Yeah.
That's what my life is. Stockholm Syndrome steroids, and it's the best way to live, for me anyway. Everyone's life is
be obsessed or be average.
Oh yeah, me.
Grant Cardone. He's one of those kind of millionaire girls. I don't know if he's any good, but he talks a good talk.
They're good philosophers, isn't it?
Yeah, he's big into sales. He's big in his philosophy. Is just have a really good product, you know, to sell it.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
other people are more focused on the actual act of sales itself when they're selling something that's not worth anything, like stocks.
Bullshit.
You have to be more of a charismatic guy. You believe I've no doubts in this stock or whatever.
Yeah, you have to kind of be passionate about
holy
the thing.
Jesus, this is the last day people can buy the vegan Stephen Half for fucking. They're now €200. Fucking hell.
You better buy quick. You only got a few.
No, I think that's it. Like, The orders are all fucking pretty much gone. Oh my god. That's
Man,
insane.
oh,
Double in fucking inflation, man. 2020, €200. Oh,
grand, even better.
Jesus
But
Christ.
they're worth it. Like vintage.
Vintage. Well, that's first
Absolutely
edition's fucking finished, out of print. Gone.
Gone.
That's it. First edition hats are gone.
They're gone.
On to new designs, second edition. Jesus Christ. Remember, they're fucking worthless without the signature, unfortunately. And the certificate of authenticity.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, sure, look. Confidence in a hat does exist, who the fuck knows? That's how advertising works.
Exactly, yeah. The idea is to make the customer feel good. I mean, I would be anyone. I'd be if I had something I was really into and I wanted to buy it, and I knew it was going to make me feel good, and they had a salesperson who I knew was passionate about it. I'd fucking definitely buy it, even if it was more expensive than what it was. And I think that's what it.
Nike, Yeezys, all the rest of it. Influencers wear it. People want to buy it because they want to be like the influencer and they want that confidence.
Are you ready for something I never ever told you? I was like that following the guy. I used to be the kind of guy that followed the trend because I knew if I didn't, I had nothing better to do. I wasn't as much in control of my life back then as I was now.
Yeah.
So just the only way to feel like I was getting somewhere was to follow the trend. And one of the things I was following on was football shoes. I just
What? You
absolute
fucking
fucking yeah.
You've no I've never even heard you mention football before in your life.
I actually
Apart
even
from talking
played
about
in school. I
making money
even
off.
went out and voluntarily played a bit of football myself.
Oh my Jesus, this is crazy.
And this is like way back. I
What
was
are
like
you doing
13
playing
years
soccer?
old. I just wanted to be like everyone else. It was
Well,
same.
13 is not hard. Like, everyone has to learn to use their body and using sport and all the rest of it. You need to learn.
Well, I wasn't really, but I was just, to me, it's just a way of making other friends and things like that. Just discovering other people. Sometimes when you discover other people, you kind of have to go a bit out of your interest zones. I mean, while it's great to mix with people with the same interests, I think sometimes you need to see other points of view to kind of gain a little bit more knowledge, and it's a bit of fun actually. It's kind of a bit of fun just getting down and dirty.
Yeah.
And so I did it, and I just loved the idea. But it wasn't so much playing football; it was the shoes themselves. I don't know why. I just like the way everyone else. It looks so cool. Just everyone walking around, a bit like the Nike and Adidas. Like everyone's walking around in football boots, making that stomping sound on the concrete. And I just loved when I started doing that. Except that I was up in the changing room and I fucking slipped. I went flying, smashed into a fucking wooden, into a fucking wooden board. I like. In the changing rooms, and then there was this girl like standing. She was like a prefect, so she said, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah." I was like, just going. She was just there, standing there. Here I was going fucking flying into like a piece of wood, like. Just the first time I wore that, I was trying to run. I was just a fucking skidding into them. She was just asking, "Are you okay?" Yeah, I enjoyed it. I just be fucking flying into a wall. I just a big echo like throughout the stairs.
Yeah, and that fucking hall. I love that hall. Was it inside the hall or was it?
Well, the changing room, the whole area, there's no doors or anything, but there's all tiles down the stairs. And it's a huge sound. When I banged it, you know, I hear like the sound, but this travelled throughout the whole building.
I love acoustics.
Oh, well, I knew about it then when I smashed into the wood.
Yeah. Fuck, I got like a fucking. My worst head injury I've ever got in my life was from fucking. Got hit in the face with a football.
Oh Jesus!
By the best, but it's just fine.
The best football player.
The best football player in this class where like it just went bang in my head, and rolled over, and like it was absolutely fine, but. Ever since then I've been getting like pains in the place where I've been that football hit me. It's like every single winter I get pain there, and I was knocked out cold when it first happened and shit. But yeah, some people get like a head injury. It's fucking real dangerous shit. That's why boxers have all the issues.
But you know, was it Natasha Richardson, the actor?
Okay.
Like she was on a nursery slope in skiing. Like, and this is snow we're talking about. No, she died.
I don't know what notion
she's an actor. Canadian actor.
Sorry.
She's like a film actor.
Is she any like in any blockbuster I've ever heard of? She's more artsy. Like
a film called she was in loads. There's one I remember in The Parent Trap.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Like she was the woman, the wife of the new Parent Trap. The girls with the ginger hair.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is, but yeah.
But she was in that. But she basically she was on a skiing holiday in Canada. And I think it was in Canada, and she was on like a beginner slope and she didn't have a helmet. She fell over and she hit her head and she thought, oh, I'm absolutely fine. And then a few hours later she died of a brain hemorrhage. So they say like wear your whale helmets when you're gone skiing, but like that's when you're saying head injury. She didn't even know she had a head injury.
Yeah.
She just had a big swelling in her brain and she died.
Yeah.
It was really fucked up. And she didn't even look that bad, like, because I've done far worse than that with my head. And Jesus, the stuff. Do you know what I did? I went down on a skateboard. I was just like sitting on a skateboard going down a hill in a housing estate, just in the cul-de-sac, going down. I decided to be really fucking stupid and go down backwards. So I didn't even have a helmet on, so I was just sitting on a skateboard. I was had a sleepover at a friend's house, going down backwards on the skateboard.
Jesus Christ,
And
backwards on the skateboard.
Yeah, I was so fucking stupid that.
Is there cars on it, like parked or anything?
Well, yeah, this is where I'm getting to it.
Jesus.
I just thought I was in this. I thought I was getting too close to a parked car, so I was like, I'll steer it the other way, into straight to the back of a parked car, and I just stood there for like half an hour, just absolutely fucking winded.
It's one of the best stories I've ever heard in my life. Oh my lord.
I just went straight into the fucking back of
Did the alarm go off in the fucking car?
No.
Holy fuckball. Did your mate just go, like, Dr. Boogie's fucked, I'm going home? Like, did your mate just fucking desert you? Or, like, what the fuck happened?
I'll tell
Did
you
everyone
how-
just fucking, or he's dead?
No, they were
And we're just
dead.
lying
They
there in the
didn't even
ground.
say- Nobody was around when it happened.
You just
Absolutely
thought, you weren't
nobody.
even trying to impress your mates, you're just like, fuck it, I'm doing this.
Yeah,
By yourself.
they were going off playing football. I was like, I was
Normally,
getting
you're
bored.
like, normally people are like, Mom, look at me do this, I'm going to be a fucking idiot. Or something. Or
Oh, I've done
Harry
other
dares
stuff
me to
since
do
then.
it.
I've
But
done
you're
a lot of stuff
You're just
since
doing
then.
it by yourself, you don't give a fuck, no audience.
I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go up and do it myself. I was like, the lads were playing
You don't give a
football.
fuck.
And I was like, I don't. I
How
was
old
like,
were you?
I think I was like 11.
Oh my Jesus.
And I was like, I mean, they were just down there on the green playing football. And I was like, fuck it, I'm getting a bit bored. I'm just going to go up with the skateboard. I'll borrow my friend's skateboard. So I took it up to the top of the hill and I just literally went down on it backwards and smashed into the back of a parked car. Parked!
Jesus.
Like, in the back of it was face downwards.
Was the
and
car okay? I'm just joking.
I should hope fucking so. No. Turns out I was sued for $1 million. But I remember the next morning in my friend's house eating porridge, and it was kind of warm, and because I was winded, like the pain was more so at the front, even though I smashed into the back. Yeah, my chest was fucked completely, my lungs and everything. And I ate porridge the next morning. It was like someone just punched me
Are you
in the
sure there wasn't
chest.
someone taking advantage of you while you're passed out in the street?
Yeah, probably raping me or
Some
something.
old lads walking their dog going, oh jeez, I like the look of this lad.
They just let the dog shit on you or something like that.
Jesus. Be shot cracked lads.
But I did another thing. I went down on skateboard going forward. Luckily I had a helmet on because I smashed my head straight into a wall.
Oh, you had a helmet on.
Yeah, now not the time when I went. This is a separate incident, but I would be dead if I didn't have a helmet on. I
Dead
seriously
fast.
would, and I wasn't even one bit injured.
Dead cool. Dead hip.
But I swear I would have died. 90% chance I would have not survived it if I didn't have a helmet on. But luckily I did, and I smashed straight into a fucking wall at about 15 miles an hour. And I was only like 11 or 12. Like same year I did all the. You think I was accidentally suicidal or something like that?
Yeah.
I was like, even my parents like, Jesus, I don't want to hear what they had to say.
Fucking mad shit, man.
I mean, as if me going to the hospital after falling out of the tree before that wasn't.
You're
Less
fucking leading
enough.
into more wild fucking stories. He's fallen out of trees. He's fucking
I went down.
going down. Fucking. This is the real blow in my mind. You're constantly winning. Oh yeah. By the way, I went down on a skateboard backwards, crashed into a car. No matter. Fucking story number 2. Oh yeah, fell out of a tree. What the fuck happened there? You fell out of a fucking tree.
Yeah, smashed a fucking spike went to my leg, put a big massive hole.
What the fuck?
So that was
Where's this tree?
that was in my back garden. This I was 6 years old at the time, and
Oh my
had to get
Jesus.
stitches put in
Where are the parents?
in the house. My sister was
climbed up.
watching.
You climbed up a fucking tree. Your sister's there, fucking watching you.
Oh, when I was 7, I was climbing the
Dr.
fucking.
Boogie's sister. I think her name is just
Laura.
Dr. Boogie's sister.
Laura. No, something no.
Yeah. I think her name. She was christened Dr. Boogie's sister. That was the birth name.
Sister Boogie.
Sister Boogie.
Sister Boogie.
So Sister Boogie was there, and you fell off a fucking tree.
She ran to my mum screaming, saying, "Teddy has a hole in his leg."
Dr.
Boogie's Boogie's fucking hole in his leg.
Hole. You fell off a fucking tree and you got pulled through your fucking leg.
I got a spark through my leg, smashed up, but put a massive hole in my leg about a few metres wide and long. It was like an oval.
You put a hole in your leg a few metres long.
Sorry,
a few metres long. That sounds like me telling the story. When I tell the story, all logic is fucking out the window, and I just start fucking.
It felt like a few metres anyway. It felt like I'm amazed. And then I wondered a few days later, sister, why were you crying on the way to hospital? So I didn't want you to die. But the worst bit was when I was getting I had to get stitches put in, like proper operation.
Did the flesh? Did you break a bone, or like did you just go through the muscle, or what? Can you point to what part of your leg?
Actually, I have a scar on my leg.
Shit.
If you see here. Do you see the scar?
Oh
here?
my fuck!
T. Do you see the T? I had that since I was 6 years old.
Oh, you got
T there.
Did no bone broke? No.
No,
just a pole went through your fucking leg.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have to bring the big pole into hospital with you?
No, luckily that it just pierced it. It didn't get stuck inside. It wasn't a pole. It was like a bar. And then, but they bounced the surgery. Apparently, from what I remember, that we had a.
There's lads going fucking. Oh, that's nothing. I fell out of a burning bin.
Because I lit it. But my mum carried me down. Actually, we had an electrician over at the time, and he carried me down to the GP, and we had a GP down the road. And apparently, the reason why he was trying to stitch it up with the local anaesthetic there, but I kept screaming, "Don't chop my leg off! Don't chop my leg off!" I was only like 6 years old, and then took me into.
Don't chop my leg off!
Yeah, and I kept saying on the way to hospitals, and my mum was like, "Your daddy's gonna fix your legs." Like, I don't want to chop my leg off. But then 10 days later, like I had to get the stitches taken out, and I held the hospital up for like 4 hours. I literally took the hospital hostage because I had the stitches near me, and I fucking hated it. And Jesus, that was like, and my mum said, "Listen, we're not going anywhere until we get this done." And apparently threw the blanket over my head. I threw the blanket over my head, and they kind of restrained me. I had about 7 or 8 people restraining me.
And they were sewing you up like.
They were literally just cutting out the stitches, hacking into my leg just to get the stitches out. This is like 10 days later, because you have to, if you have an injury that bad, they put stitches in which
they just put you down. Say, listen, you had a good life. You're gone.
I really can't.
It'd be cheaper for your mum to start again, to be honest.
I came back as the bionic man. Like I came back as
Jesus Christ! Just get any mad things put in. You didn't get arm plates or anything mad.
Nothing like just stitches. Joints. Just like both dissolvable and non-dissolvable stitches, so some of them had to be cut out 10 days later, otherwise I'd get infected. So they took me in, and that's when all the fucking hell broke loose. They tried to anaesthetise me with Valium, and it didn't work apparently. I was absolutely resistant because I wasn't let them anywhere near my leg with a bunch of scissors.
Yeah.
I was such a scaredy cat back then. Everything used to fucking scare me, like, and yet when I got an injection in school I was absolutely fine. Because one place in school I'd put on a brave face and pretend not to be scared, but at home I just felt like I could just be scared whenever. But in school I was like, better not do it, I'll be fine.
Yeah. So listen, Dr. Boogie, we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna do a summary, and then we're gonna take a break, and we gotta do our own thing
before we count down.
But this is fucking. This episode's over. This has been a special edition of the Morning Espresso. What stuff we talked about?
Kind of like just everything in review. How to end your 2019 with a bit of espresso, something like that. We have to discuss with the legal team as to what title we're going to put.
Yeah, very true. I think. Have to put it to the lawyers.
Yeah.
And then the accountant always wants to fucking have his say in the whole fucking thing.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Tell him to fuck off. We can do it. I'm not paying him.
He's looking for double the money and double the holidays.
Just give him some sweets if you can.
He's already on a retainer.
Ah, dear. Just take it out for a sec.
Sure, he earned his money though. He cooks them books like.
You know what you do? You can get sweet soup so we can just swallow it.
Yeah. So fucking yeah, it's been an hour and a half. Can you believe it? We've been
Wow,
here for an hour and a
already?
half. Yeah, so we're talking about frequencies. Anyway, we're explaining frequencies, and then we got sidetracked, which is fine. We talked about what other shit do we talk
could
about?
do like the art of being sidetracked.
Yeah.
Like
Frequencies. I think just frequencies.
frequency. Yeah.
I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, frequency.
Sure. Could you read out? Oh no, I don't know.
I can
was
get my
thinking about.
phone and read
Yeah,
out.
I was just thinking about we might read out a definition of frequency or something, just to get like the government involved.
Go
Like,
on.
could you look up Wikipedia and just see like
Yeah, I'm gonna look at
in relation to what you're talking about, frequency, what it means, relevant to what you talk about as regards everything that's like a resonant frequency, as the wall, the fucking glass, the beer.
Oh, here we go. The frequency, the rate at which something occurs over a particular period of time in a given sample.
Okay.
So that's what we're vibrating. Oh, here we go. The rate per second of a vibration constituting a wave, either in material, as in sound waves, or in an electromagnetic field, as in radio waves and light. But also, different thickness of glass will absorb different frequencies of sound.
I'm dying to hear what this radio waves are. Like, how does
The
Wi-Fi?
radio frequencies are apparently
fuck
have
does-
frequencies. Wi-Fi is another
Yeah,
frequency.
like how the fuck's that? I think it operates on. I can't remember what hertz it operates on. Fuck.
But also, like, do you know, like, when we send, like, let's say, here's something else that we take for granted. Let's have a look for a sec. When you send, like, like physical mail through post, and it has to fly to a different country.
AC electricity is 60 hertz. By the way.
Okay. Oh, I never knew that. But when you send something physically with like post, like an actual from one letterbox to the post to the door, that's on a lower frequency than if you did it through email, which is just electronic. It's very light and just,
Holy God.
and it just gets there instantly, where it's just less effort. So the other way, the first step. So just to bring yourself back to this for a sec. This is a bit unconventional what I'm saying. The rate of which something occurs over a particular period of time in a given sample. So the first sample was the letterbox, posting the letter to someone, which takes 2 days to get there.
Yeah.
Whereas you could do the same thing with emails. So you could do 2 of them every 10 seconds, for example. So the frequency, which is the more time something happens, the higher the frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's higher, because it's more energetic. It wants to do something. So that's why higher frequencies move at a faster rate. So emails go faster than, let's say, mail.
Basic post.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And what about text? No, I'm just saying.
So the number of times
I get what
something
you're saying.
happens when a particular period of fact, defined frequency stuff. It's not Wikipedia.
No worries. So just rough definition, just to wrap
But there
everything
is-
up. Let's see. All these times. We're talking about frequencies.
How frequent are we doing? That's why it's good
He's
to
a
be consistent.
frequency freak. We have to seek consistency. Can you count if something be? I'm interrupting.
Because I'm trying to find a rhymey. None of those like another mystery.
Man, that shirt is fucking banging, man. I love that shirt you're wearing. Looks fucking brilliant.
Oh, it has to be. It's the last time I'll wear clothes in 2019.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Before the next decade. We're going to a new decade. This is it.
Hold on to your socks. So we talked about all the things anyway. We have to wrap this up. 'Cause we've actually been able- So we talked about frequencies. What a definition. So just frequency.
Just
Frequencies explained, or frequencies within nature, or frequencies.
frequencies. I think
Just frequencies.
Yeah. Definition of frequencies. Not just frequencies.
Frequencies definition.
Yeah. No, like definition of frequencies.
How can we relay this so people know, like, you know?
Definition
Earth?
just is the meaning of frequencies, or
Right.
I don't know. No,
Right.
fuck it, just
Well, that's the Lord's.
frequencies would be grand.
We're already up, sued up our ass by fucking
Oh, that's good.
everyone, and fucking wants a piece of my fucking
What's that
money
application
ass.
legal plus? I'm alright with that.
I'm on the run.
I'd rather pay
Six
illegal
countries.
costs than
I already
legal
have
costs.
to stay constantly on the move through international waters.
This is gone fastly. Yeah.